This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. So this is my last video of 2022. Thank you to everyone who's bothered to watch this. Thank you to people who have supported and bought the presets through Gumroad and all that sort of stuff. Nothing's changing immediately, so I'm going to try and keep things going in the new year, which will be tomorrow. Today I wanted to build a preset with 2 Vox amps, because in 3.5 we can do this without too much trouble now. So I thought, let's use the A34 norm and A34 bright. I'm going to put this one down onto path B and then move this one on path A. Sorry, I've just been walking the dogs and I'm covered in mud. And then here we're going to put a dual cab. I've run out of... Why is that doing that? This one is already with the amp cab. So if we use amp, where are you, Fawn? So the A34 normal, A34 bright. So that's both channels of a Vox. And then we're going to go with the dual cab, and we use 2x12 Bluebell, maybe for both sides. I think that makes as much sense as anything else. What I'm going to use here though might be... Actually, let's do a 57 on one side and then an SM7 on the other. Is there an SM7 here still? Yeah. Right, and we're going to keep the position there so that we have something not too bright. And let's just see what we get from that to start with. what I'm going to do is pan left, the A, and pan B right, and then hopefully we should get some sort of split in theory, because we're going into a dual amp. If I change, that's going up the middle unless I pan these then. So let's just pan these as well. And then let's think about what we could do with this. What I'm going to do, I think, is bolster the low end a little bit with a stereo low high shelf. Trick of mine that has become somewhat something that I like to do quite a bit, especially with Vox style amps, because those don't have tons of low end anyway. Right, and we're going to push this one up a bit more as well. And I think the volume of that side needs to come up a bit. Okay, right, in front of this, I'm going to put a tube screamer, because that's the sound, and maybe keep the gain a bit lower. Nice, and we'll assign that down here. And then what can we do afterwards? Have we got enough juice to still do some nice... Yes, right, so I'm going to use a glitz, I think. Decay a bit lower, mix a bit lower. And we can back off the volume knob to get some cool stuff. And then what I also wanted to do was add in, let's go with the transistor tape, and we'll keep the time at about 500, feedback a bit higher, wow flutter nice and high, scale down to about 80%, spread nice and wide, mix down to about 23%, headroom all the way up, trails on. Okay, and then if we need that, we've got that. Nice, really cool, I think, kind of voxy tones already, and maybe we could probably put something in front if we wanted. What could we do? Have we got anything? Trem maybe? Mono trem. So we put this here, keep the intensity a bit lower. Nice. So that's the last preset that I'll build this year. Feel free to leave a comment below if you've got kind of your favourite things that were added to the Helix this year, or your favourite presets that I managed to stumble across in the video. If you want this in the folder, I'll drop that one in later on. I've got to go in now, practice for my gig this evening. I hope you have a good New Year's Eve, and see you in the new year. Thank you for stopping by, and really, again, appreciate you watching these videos, leaving comments, and helping to make it less lonely here in my bedroom. Sounded weird, didn't it? Cheers for now. Bye.